So hey everybody, Gemini is officially replacing Google Assistant, and here's what that means for you. Let's go ahead and check it out right now. What we got is we got an article right here, and it's from Android Police, and we're going to check this out. Google launched the Google Assistant in 2016. Since then, Google's first-gen virtual assistant has spread to pretty much every device type you can think of. Phones, tablets, smartwatches, smart speakers, TVs, cars. If you connect to the internet, it probably has access to Google Assistant. But there's a new Google Assistant in town. Since Gemini launched 2 years ago, initially under the name Google Bard, it's seemingly been Google's top priority. Now it feels like practically every public-facing announcement about Google hardware or software is Gemini themed. Given Google's laser focus, it should come as no surprise that Gemini is now officially replacing Assistant in most contexts. Here's what you need to know. Google has committed to replacing the legacy Google Assistant with Gemini on most devices. Google announced last week that beginning on phones, Gemini will soon become the default voice assistant, and that the legacy Google Assistant will no longer be accessible. There is in the near future. Google does note that on devices that don't meet the minimum hardware requirements for Gemini, Google Assistant functionality will not change at this time. Other device types will follow. In the meantime, Google has already begun depreciating some of the Google Assistant features over this weekend. Google uploaded a Google Assistant help page to highlight some and assist features that will soon go away, including the following capabilities. You got your favorite share and ask where and when your photos were taken. Change photo frame setting for ambient screen settings with your voice. Translate your live conversation with someone who doesn't speak your language with an interpreter mode. Get birthday reminders notifications as part of routines. Ask to schedule or hear previously scheduled family bell announcements. Get daily updates from your assistant, like send me the weather every day. Use Google Assistant on car accessories that have a Bluetooth connection or aux plug-in. Judging by Google's announcement, Gemini will replace Google Assistant in almost every instance in the near future. This process will begin with smartphones, soon before moving to tablets, cars, headphones, and smartwatches. Google also says it'll bring the new experience powered by Gemini to smart home devices like smart speakers and smart displays and Google-powered TVs. We've seen movement in this direction lately. Gemini is the default voice assistant on high-end Android phones already. Devices Google, Samsung, OnePlus, Nest speakers were spotted responding to certain queries in the unexpected new voice that seemed AI generated months ago. Google has also been working to bring Gemini-infused experiences to cars, starting with the Mercedes. Google's been vague about the timeline for Gemini replacing the Google Assistant broadly. It's happening on phones first, Google says. It's upgrading more users on mobile devices from Google Assistant to Gemini over the next few months, and that legacy Google Assistant will no longer be accessible on most phones later this year. Though again, phones that don't support Gemini will retain Assistant access, at least for the immediate future. Once the transition has taken place, you'll no longer be able to download the Google Assistant from the Play Store. As far as other device types, smart speakers, displays, cars, TVs, Wear OS watches, and the like, Google has only said that it'll share more information in the coming months. I've been complaining for months that Google-powered devices respond to "Hey Google" prompts differently depending on whether they currently support Gemini. As of today, phones with Gemini installed answer queries entirely differently from Wear OS watches or Nest speakers, which don't have access to Gemini yet. This experience can be frustrating, and it's about time Google addressed it. And as critical as I may be of Google's hyperfixation on AI services over the past couple of years, Gemini is a good digital assistant. It's now mostly capable of performing the basic smart tasks assistants handle, like turning connected lights on and off, setting reminders, and the like. Though there are still some niche exceptions, like the ability to broadcast announcements over smart speakers. Gemini is undeniably more to answer more abstract questions without having to repeat a snippet from the web. Though, so if nothing else, you should expect to hear your smart speakers and Wear OS watches start answering with, according to Wikipedia, less frequently in the near future. Based on what Google shared so far, Gemini is on track to replace Google Assistant on most devices sometime this year. We'll share more information about the specifications of that transition as we learn it. So hopefully this was informative for you, this article. It was for me. I'm really interested in the future of Gemini because I'm a big Google and Android user, and I am not going to be going down the road of Apple or trying to do something else. I don't want to. I'm not going to be using Amazon products. I don't like them. I don't like Alexa, and I don't. You know, it's a hard thing to figure out because Alexa's a really good assistant and home automation type tool to use, but hopefully Google and Gemini catch up so you can kind of keep everything. I like to keep my ecosystem the same as much as possible. So I mostly use Windows and Android OS. And that being said, hopefully they'll get that stuff straightened out so I can use for my smart TVs. I can use Google TV, and I can use which runs Android based, and I can run Android for my phones and my tablets. And then for my gaming machines, PC in my main PCs, all run Windows and have everything kind of intertwined together. That's my plan. That's how I try to do it now. But in the technology world, you have to be willing to adapt. So I always try to keep tabs on what's going on, and if I do need to switch to something else, then I will. Hopefully you guys are having a great day. Hit a thumbs up if you like this video. If you didn't like it, let me know down below what you didn't like about it, and I'll try to do better in the future. I'll see you guys next time. Catch you later.